Hey guys, welcome to back my YouTube channel. This video is all about celebrity deaths news today. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like or subscribe. Let's get started. Shirley Geraldine Spork was born May 14, 1927, in Detroit, Michigan, and died April 12, 2022, in Palm Springs, California, at the age of 94. A trailblazer in women's golf, she was one of the 13 founding members of the Ladies Professional Golf Association in 1950, and spearheaded creation of the LPGA Teaching and Club Pro division, which has grown to more than 1,700 professionals. Although she never claimed an LPGA Tour victory, her best finish was runner-up at the 1962 LPGA Championship. Spork devoted 7 decades to teaching at colleges like Bowling Green State University and on tour, earning LPGA Teacher of the Year honors twice, 25 years apart. 2 weeks before her passing, the LPGA voted to induct all surviving founders, including Spork, into its Hall of Fame, recognition of her enduring impact on the game. Robert George Goalby, born March 14, 1929, in Belleville, Illinois, passed away on January 20, 2022, at the age of 92, in his hometown of Belleville. He served in the U.S. military during the Korean War and turned professional in 1952, quickly establishing himself as a formidable competitor on the PGA Tour. Goldby is best remembered for his victory at the 1968 Masters Tournament, secured when Roberto de Vicenzo signed an incorrect scorecard, a ruling Goldby handled with characteristic grace. Over his career, he amassed 11 PGA Tour victories, including the Masters, and was instrumental in founding the Tournament Players Division, precursor to today's PGA Tour, and later the PGA Tour Champions for senior players. A humble leader and mentor, he lent his name to the annual Bob Goalby Golf Open charity event and influenced generations of golfers, including nephews Jay and Bill Haas. He is survived by his 3 sons Kai, Kel, and Kevin, and leaves a lasting legacy of sportsmanship, vision, and dedication to the growth of professional golf. Robert Allen Bob Sherer OAM, May 25, 1948 to January 9, 2022, was an Australian professional golfer and course architect renowned for his amiable charm and fierce competitiveness. A Melbourne native, he won the 1969 Australian Amateur, turned professional in 1971, and swiftly garnered popularity with his engaging personality. Across 4 decades, Sherer amassed 27 pro wins, including the 1982 Australian Open, where he beat Jack Nicklaus and Payne Stewart, and the 1983 Australian PGA Championship. He also claimed 2 European Tour titles in 1975, the 1982 Tallahassee Open on the PGA Tour, a T7 at the 1978 Open Championship, and 4 PGA Tour of Australasia Order of Merit crowns. Appointed PGA of Australia Life member and awarded the Order of Australia Medal, he later applied his talents to golf course design worldwide. Beloved as Sheers, he died of a heart attack at 73 on January 9, 2022, leaving a legacy of sportsmanship and passion that continues to inspire. Jack Newton OAM, January 30, 1950 to April 14, 2022, was an Australian professional golfer who rose from his Cessnock roots to become one of the sport's most inspiring figures. He turned pro in 1969 and captured his first European Tour title at the 1972 Dutch Open, ultimately amassing 13 professional wins, including the 1979 Australian Open and a PGA Tour victory at the 1978 Buick Goodwrench Open. Newton twice finished runner-up in majors at the 1975 Open Championship and the 1980 Masters, cementing his status on the world stage. In July 1983, he survived a near-fatal accident after walking into a spinning aeroplane propeller, losing his right arm and eye. Against all odds, he returned to golf as a commentator, course designer, and mentor, founding the Jack Newton Jr. Golf Foundation. Diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2020, he passed away on April 14, 2022 due to health complications, leaving a legacy of courage, innovation, and dedication to growing the game in Australia and beyond. Barton Holland Bar Bryant, November 18, 1962 to May 31, 2022, was an American professional golfer who competed on the PGA Tour and PGA Tour Champions. Born in Gatesville, Texas, as the son of a Baptist pastor, he excelled at New Mexico State University, earning 2 All-American honors before turning professional in 1986. After 187 starts, he captured his maiden PGA Tour title at the 2004 Valero Texas Open at age 41. Then secured back-to-back wins at the 2005 Memorial Tournament and Tour Championship, famously edging Fred Couples and Tiger Woods. Over his career, he tallied 8 professional victories, 3 on the PGA Tour and 2 on Champions Tour, and was celebrated for overcoming injuries and 6 trips through Q School to earn his breakthrough. Married to Kathy Cox from 1983 until her death from brain cancer in 2017, they had 2 daughters. He later wed Donna, and was known for his warmth and family devotion in Winter Garden, Florida. On May 31, 2022, Bryant, 59, was killed when a pickup rear-ended his SUV on State Road 33 in Polk City, Florida. His wife suffered minor injuries. He is survived by his wife Donna, daughters Kristen and Michelle, his stepchildren, and brother Brad, himself a former PGA Tour winner. Thomas Daniel Weisskoff, November 9, 1942 to August 20, 2022, was an American professional golfer and celebrated course architect. Born in Massillon, Ohio, he excelled at the Ohio State University golf team before turning pro in 1964. Over a career spanning 2 decades, Weisskoff amassed 16 PGA Tour victories, including the 1973 Open Championship at Royal Troon, and was runner-up at the Masters on 4 occasions. Nicknamed the Towering Inferno for his high ball flight and temperamental brilliance, he later won the 1995 U.S. Senior Open on the Champions Tour, and designed over 70 courses worldwide. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in December 2020, he died peacefully at his Big Sky, Montana home at age 79 on August 20, 2022. Eduardo Alejandro Romero, July 17, 1954 to February 13, 2022, was an Argentine professional golfer known as El Gato, the Cat. Born in Cordoba, Argentina, he turned professional in 1980 and embarked on a prolific career that spanned 4 decades. Romero won over 80 professional tournaments worldwide, including 8 European Tour titles, such as the Trophy Lancome and the Scottish Open, and 5 PGA Tour Champions events, capturing 2 senior majors, the 2008 U.S. Senior Open, and the 2005 and 2006 Wentworth Senior Masters. Domestically, he claimed 44 Argentine Tour titles, second only to Roberto de Vicenzo, and additional victories in Chile and Mexico, cementing his status as one of South America's greatest golfers. Romero represented Argentina at the World Cup 14 times and served as mayor of his hometown Villa Allende from 2015 until his passing. Standing 6'2" and weighing 210 pounds, he earned full PGA Tour status through qualifying school in 1986 and 1995 and reached a career-high ranking of 19th in the world in 1991. After battling cancer, Romero died at his home in Villa Allende on February 13, 2022 at the age of 67, prompting tributes across the golfing world for his enduring legacy. Dow Henry Fintoald Sr., September 6, 1929 to November 4, 2022, was an American professional golfer renowned for winning the first stroke play PGA Championship in 1958 and capturing 11 PGA Tour titles between 1955 and 1963. Born and raised in Athens, Ohio, he honed his skills playing on the Ohio University golf team before turning professional in 1951. Fintoald represented the United States on 4 Ryder Cup teams, 1957, 1959, 1961, 1963, and later served as non-playing captain of the victorious 1977 squad. As longtime head professional at the Broadmoor Golf Club in Colorado Springs, he mentored countless players and bolstered the club's reputation. Honored with the Vardon Trophy in 1957 and PGA Player of the Year in 1958, he exemplified consistency and sportsmanship throughout his career. Fintoald died peacefully in his sleep at age 93 on November 4, 2022, at his home in Colorado Springs, leaving a lasting legacy of leadership and dedication to the game of golf. Dale Dwight Douglas, March 5, 1936 to July 6, 2022, was an American professional golfer whose career spanned both the PGA Tour and the Champions Tour. Born in Wewoka, Oklahoma, and raised in Fort Morgan, Colorado, he was the first University of Colorado golfer to play on the PGA Tour and was a 3-time all-conference performer in college. Douglas turned professional in 1960, joined the PGA Tour in 1963, and captured 3 titles on that circuit, including the 1969 Azalea Open Invitational and the 1970 Phoenix Open Invitational. After turning 50, he excelled on the Senior PGA Tour, amassing 11 victories, highlighted by a wire-to-wire win at the 1986 U.S. Senior Open, making him the youngest champion in that event's history at 50 years, 3 months, and 24 days. A member of the victorious 1969 Ryder Cup team, he also competed in a record 26 consecutive U.S. Senior Opens from 1986 to 2011. After a long illness, Douglas died on July 6, 2022, in Scottsdale, Arizona, at the age of 86. Katherine WHITWORTH, September 27, 1939 to December 24, 2022, is the winningest professional golfer, with 88 LPGA Tour victories, more than any golfer on women's or men's circuits. Born in Monahans, Texas, she took up golf at 14, won consecutive New Mexico State Amateur Championships, and turned professional in 1958 under coach Harvey Penick. Her LPGA resume includes 6 majors, 7 Player of the Year awards, 8 leading money titles, and in 1981 she became the first woman to exceed $1 million in career earnings. A World Golf Hall of Fame member since 1975, she retired in 2005 after a 47-year career, inspiring countless players. She died at 83 on Christmas Eve 2022 in Flower Mound, Texas, collapsing during holiday celebrations with partner Betty Odell. Adenil Denning Day was the devoted mother of major champion Jason Day and his sisters Kim and Yana. Born in Leyte, Philippines, she migrated to Brisbane, Australia, before settling in Columbus, Ohio, for specialized care. Her husband, Alvin Day, died of stomach cancer when Jason was 12, leaving her to raise 3 children alone. In 2017, she was diagnosed with stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer and given just a year to live. Defying expectations, she survived 5 more years through rigorous treatment and unwavering spirit. Jason invited her to live full-time with his wife, Ellie, and their 4 children, Dash, Lucy, Arrow, and Oz, in Ohio. Her daughters and grandson Cooper flew in from Australia to be by her side as her health declined. Surrounded by family, Denning Day passed peacefully on March 2, 2022, at age 65, leaving a legacy of resilience that Jason credits for shaping his rise to world number 1. Herbert Kohler Jr., February 20, 1939 to September 3, 2022, was an American billionaire businessman and executive chairman of the Kohler Company in Kohler, Wisconsin. Born in Chicago, he graduated from the Choate School in 1957 and Yale University in 1965 with a degree in industrial administration, joining Kohler Company full-time thereafter, rising to CEO in June 1972 at age 33 and transitioning to executive chairman in April 2015. A passionate golfer, he partnered with designer Pete Dye to develop Black Wolf Run, 1988, and Whistling Straits, 1998, the latter hosting PGA Championships in 2004, 2010, and 2015, the U.S. Senior Open in 2007, and the Ryder Cup in 2021, transforming Sheboygan County into a premier golf destination. Under his leadership, Destination Kohler expanded to include the American Club Resort along Lake Michigan in the 1970s and the 2009 acquisition of Hamilton Hall, now Hamilton Grand, in St. Andrews, Scotland. In 2012, he donated $20 million to establish the Kohler Environmental Center at Choate Rosemary Hall, reflecting his commitment to sustainability and education. At his passing at age 83 in Kohler, Wisconsin, leaders across business, golf, and philanthropy lauded his innovative spirit and lasting impact.